right, welcome back to Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Vinny.
I'm Dylan. Today we're going to talk about what the hell is happening in our market today. This week. Is this a correction? Is this a crash? What's going on? Why is this happening? We're going to take a look.
All right. If you guys enjoy this kind of entertaining stock market content of just two stupid guys trading stocks, by all means, give us a like and subscribe below. We'd love to have you guys along with us on this adventure. With that, we'll get to it.
Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks.
I gotta say, I love this picture of the sharks just kind of circling this poor guy out there in a little boat.
Yeah, it's supposed to represent my portfolio. More accurate, he should already be dead, and there should be a lot of blood in the water. But I couldn't find that photo; it was too graphic.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. So.
Completely understood.
All right, so this is always a question: is this a crash or a correction? Is this a time to buy? Is this a time to get out? And full disclosure, if you're like, are they going to tell me what to do? No one knows.
Nope.
It's just me trying to rationalize. All right. So the good. All right. The jobs report showed the unemployment rate had dropped, and the overall participation rose to the healthiest level since the start of the pandemic. November showed the labor force grew by 600K, which is the biggest gain in more than a year. And that number of Americans reporting they were working rose by more than 1.1 million. This is going to seem extremely contradictory on the next slide, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay? Multiple blue chip stocks, Apple, all the big guys, they're still in an uptrend. They haven't actually broken their trend, which we can look at. They're still going up.
Okay.
So,
I mean, Apple did hit new all-time high, then pull back, but they did.
Yeah.
All right.
So I just said how good the jobs report was and how good, all this stuff, right? I literally just said how the labor force grew by 600K.
Yeah.
U.S. employers added 200K jobs in November, far below the expectation of 550. So how is that possible?
Yeah, that's interesting that those numbers were that far off from each other.
These are straight from the Jerome Powell deal that came out. It's because there's two surveys. There's those by employers and those by households.
Okay.
So the employers are this one. The households are the other one, and I don't quite understand how they're that different.
Okay.
But I guess you take them with a grain of salt.
Interesting. Maybe this partly reflects people picking up a seasonal job, maybe?
Possibly. In New York Times did a whole thing on it, and honestly, the whole idea is take it with a grain of salt. So I'll save you the whole article. U.S. will be in default again. Remember, this was the big scary thing. Was this October?
Yeah, it was in October.
Okay, this was the big, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? So we still haven't resolved this situation, and it's going to come up again in 3 weeks.
Yeah, of course. Just kick it down the road. That's perfect plan.
Omicron variant. Everyone say we will about COVID. If this is a big deal, bad deal, it's definitely not good. It's definitely not like, Omicron. Like it's, that's not a thing. And as of 20 minutes ago, the new report was 24 cases across 12 states.
Yeah, kind of supporting that WHO argument that travel bans probably weren't going to help because it was probably so widely distributed at this point that they weren't going to be able to prevent it from coming across borders.
Right. So, we do have a whole video on how the Omicron, it's a little bit sciencey, but I know we kind of like that stuff on how it's very different than the COVID-19. We'll post it in here.
Yeah, sounds good. Ooh, margin debt.
You want to talk about that one?
Yeah, so margin debt is actually, I was looking at it, it's almost $1 trillion, like $976 billion right now, and the total stock market capitalization is about like 36 trillion. So it represents a little about 2.5%, but it is at the highest level it's been since like 08, 09. And now the scary part, so 2.5% is still not a huge number, but you have to worry about what individual component, like people or entities within the stock market, how levered they are. So if the market as a whole is 2.5%, which is reasonable, but there may be entities in the stock market that are much more levered than that. So if you're levered at a 10-to-1 ratio, say, which is aggressive, right? It only takes a 10% drawdown in the total value of your equities for you to basically be insolvent at that point.
Right, which is not good.
Yeah. Read the book When Genius Failed about long-term capital management. That's exactly what that book's about.
Got it. So not ideal is what we're saying.
Yeah, it means that any down kind of pressure could accelerate quickly is when
Yeah.
you see margin debt high.
Which always also stocks drop faster than they go up. So
True.
also this just is going to make it drop even faster.
Exactly.
Fed is going to speed up the bond buying taper.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this a lot. Inflation, it turns out it's a little bit more serious than what we were thinking in October area. It's just getting worse. So they went from we're gonna like not do it till maybe in a year to all right, we're probably gonna do it, maybe start December to we gotta start.
Yeah, gotta go now.
That's where we're at. And the ugly. We're gonna take a look at the chart.
All right.
So this is the SPY. All right. This line here is the 50 moving average. You can see how good of a swing trade this is just every time this bad boy hits, right? We had our first break during that kind of big downfall in the kind of beginning of October, end of September. We're about to hit that again. Okay. This is the 100 moving average. So, before I zoom in, one thing I want everyone to look at, and once again, no one knows these for real, right? I just want you to look at the slope. This is a pretty steady, right?
Yeah.
And then right here, we're getting iffy.
Yeah, it's starting to change its slope a little bit.
Starting to change its slope. Do you know what this is called, Vinny?
No.
It's called a bear engulfing sandwich.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah. It's not perfect. Technically, this actually close is supposed to be down here. Okay. But it's when you have a big down day, then a big up day trying to fight, and then another big down day that just completely killed it. So it's not perfect. We did put up a little bit of a fight. The Qs are looking a little bit worse here. Oh, that's too many Qs. There we go. Which graph makes it look like it's going to go down more?
Looks like the Qs have more room to run to support there too.
Yeah. There's supports all the way, like the 200 moving average is pretty much the major support. There's always levels, there's like 352, there's 368, but the Qs and the SPY really respond to moving averages, as I showed you earlier. So instead of trying to pick up key levels, when everything is so news driven, it's easier to just look at moving averages because it respects them so well. And also, it's never to the point. It's usually like a whole little area here. It's not to the cent.
Yeah.
Just like
very interesting. I know people have kind of accused those of being perma bears and things like that, but it's hard to look at all-time high valuations and just keep justifying them forever, especially as you start to see Daddy Jerome Powell maybe back off on the printer a little bit.
Exactly. Also, the volume is one other thing I wanted to show you here. Everyone, it is high volume. This is quite high. This is going back to February.
Yeah.
We've only had one day have more volume than this, and it was here. And then the next day is the second highest volume. So these 2 days have the highest volume of the year, pretty much.
And we're approaching that level. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, this is the third highest volume of the year on that down day. So that's definitely not good. I will say I have been shorting the Qs fairly unsuccessfully. For quite a long time now. I think I started here. I felt like a genius and didn't sell any. And then I got to here. I'm like, no, well, it's dead money now. So I'm almost break even at this point.
Nice.
So I got to decide, do I keep it? Do I sell it? What do I do here? I'm definitely going to keep it for a little bit. I want to see if we can get down to the 350 range.
Yeah. When does your options expire?
March, unfortunately.
Okay, no, that's still a ways away. Like you have.
I don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep it within 2 months.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes too much.
Yeah. So you have like another month and a half or so left of utility before you probably should sell before that theta decay destroys it.
Yeah. I do have some guilt because I've been shorting for reasons not of COVID related.
Okay.
This whole time. And now it looks like now that there's a new variant, it's making me be right. So I feel a little bit guilty because now that the Omicron variant is here, it's like going down. I'm like, shorting, like hoping it gets worse.
I understand. You feel like you're profiting from kind of people, unfortunate events, that sort of thing.
Kind of.
Yeah. At least you don't own a tobacco company, I guess. But The interesting thing is I actually think that the variant may in some way stave off some of this. If you think about it from a standpoint of, right, so what happened with the Omicron variant, oil prices dropped like 12%, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that right there is now putting some deflationary kind of like pressure on the whole economy.
Weirdly, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cool way to look at it, but yeah, weirdly it is.
It's going to allow Daddy Jerome Powell to keep the bond buying up maybe a little bit longer, or have a little bit less of an inflation as a result of it, because you're seeing this worry about the what sort of impact this variant may have.
Right.
Good.
All right, we're getting to the question here. Vinny, what are you doing? You holding? You getting out? You buying more?
I'm holding. I might buy more Baba, but like that, I'm
Buying
just
more Baba.
yeah. I don't believe in trying to time the market. I really don't. It doesn't
That's
make
fair.
sense. So
I'm looking at buying one more option of my 4 options to short. That's where I'm at, everybody. So that's so you know.
all right, let us know what you think in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts about this.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.